Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome to another process video on my channel. Today I am scrapbooking this photo of SFO Airport and with the Virgin America plane. So I was in a plane and took a picture of the terminal. Now I am working through my 2018 layouts to wrap up that. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more layouts, and 2018 will be complete. Plus I need to, oh, actually we're gonna mark one of these off. Yay! And then I have the Project Life monthly little spreads that I have to do. Yeah, not looking forward to that. But so today I am going to scrapbook this airplane layout. I have these awesome borders that a subscriber sent to me. And then I also pulled out my little travel embellishment case that I have going on here. I don't know what else I'm going to do other than use the embellishments and the airplanes. So let's see what I can do. Decided to use the red and white airplane borders because it is a photo of a Virgin America airplane and their color scheme was red and white. I thought about using the blue as kind of a shadow, but ultimately did not go that direction. I really just like the red and white over top of the khaki background. Now I'm only adding a little bit of adhesive on each border. If you wanted to, you could add a whole lot more adhesive. You could use a dot runner, would be super easy to do it through. You could even run it through a Xyron X. I still love my Xyron X. I actually got rid of the old, very old orange one that I used to have because I had won a prize pack that had a new white one in it. So I got rid of the orange one and kept the white one. I think I even have a purple one still because I bought it on clearance at Target and it was cheaper to buy the new X than it was to buy the refill at the time. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm not even using an X on the layout here, but I sure did talk about it because that's what I do. I talk about it. Now I have this little box of goodness and it has a whole bunch of different travel themed and related products on it, or in it, not on it. And it's just a place that I go to grab like the travel-y things. Because I do scrapbook a lot of airplanes, I do keep some of that theme stuff together. Not usually the papers, usually the embellishments though. I don't keep any of my papers together by theme except for Christmas and Disney. They are separate. But for, just normal old storage, none of that. So I grabbed this khaki and gold diagonal stripe 6x6 paper, and I know it's not khaki and I know the real word is craft, but guys, I have a block and it is khaki. Okay, so it's khaki. I went ahead and put that on the back of this frame because the frame was a very thin paper frame. It's not like a chipboard frame or anything like that. I go ahead and use my pen blade and the back of a really old Making Memories eyelet setting mat, and I just go ahead and trim the border, the little banner border thingy here, so that it can go on top of the photo instead of being behind the photo. And of course, I'm adding more adhesive because, like I've said in previous videos, a lot of the times many of my layouts don't seem to be held together with a lot of adhesive, but what I normally do is after the video is finished, that is when I normally add the adhesive on. Because I take my photos outside of my layouts. If I don't, the layout kind of like curls up, which is weird. And plus I just don't want it to fall apart in the page protector in the albums. So I'm gonna go add some more gold washi down here, and I just doubled it up so that I got a thicker band of the washi. The other, just one little band of it was too thin for me. I needed more gold sparkle. So I have this tag that has been cut apart, and I put the fun down on the bottom, And then I'm just going to add some adhesive to these little die cut bits so that I can make them pop up. I am using some fun foam to place on the back of this die cut. Thank you, Crystal, for my fun foam. She is my supplier. And I'm just going to go ahead and figure out where I want these things. So the layout did jump a little bit, but I stopped and ate some lunch in between. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm just like, man, I am hungry. I need to eat, and doesn't matter what's going on my scrappy table. Sometimes it's just like, gotta eat. And I'm trying to figure out, do I want to add this camera in? Because I'm not opposed to mixing the metals. Like, I'm not opposed to have the gold and the copper together, especially on a khaki color background. Like, I think that is fine. But it's just a matter of, does it work? Does it work? And ultimately, I don't think it works. So that camera doesn't get to stay. So I chopped this little bit of the tag off of the bottom, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it down here just as another little layer to give it a little bit of interest and dimension. And then I pull out these flare badges from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I decide that I need to go ahead and add one of these. And now I'm just going through, again, this little box of goodness. And you guys, this little box of goodness, basically, like, this is all I use for this layout, is this little box of goodness. So I really want the word Rome on the page because it's red and white. And like I said, the Virgin America plane is red and white. Virgin America is no longer around. So anything I can do to kind of like do that red and white theme, I'm down for it. I'm adding in some more die cuts. I'm deciding that the Run Away With Me chipboard is going to definitely go there. So I add some liquid adhesive, and that's the Nouveau Deluxe, to go ahead and get that down. And then I'm like, do I need to add this anywhere? And sure enough, I do. I definitely need to. So I add the little map print tab over here on the frame. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, ooh, I like this. So I decide to pop this up because, you guys, I am a top-down scrapbooker, and tuck that little kind of mappy print underneath. And I'm really starting to really get a lot going on over top of the photo. I even think about bringing in that little rocket ship because it's cute and the colors go, but ultimately I do not. This little airport chipboard goes down here at the bottom of the page, and this is what I decide to call my title, is Airport Fun. Now, this page has a lot of words on it, a lot of words, and you could really have any what am I thinking of? I can't get the word. Any title. You could have any title. Like, it could be Go, it could be Travel This Big Wide World, it could be Run Away With Me, but I'm going with Airport Fun. It also could end up being Rome, because Rome, R-O-A-M, not Rome like the city, is on the page as well. Now, I have these October afternoon brads, and they have been in my stash a while, so I figure out some words. It is a struggle today. You guys, I am exhausted, okay? Let me just tell you, working in retail management right now, with the climate of the world that we are in today, and the virus that shall not be named, I'm exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. Because, fun fact, I'm considered an essential worker because we sell essentials. Yes. We have a pharmacy, we have food, we have water, we have baby items, we have medicine, like you name it, we're considered essential. So I am there, and I am tired. And that's all I have to say about that. So I grab these brads, and it's just a matter of figuring out where I want them to go. Now I use my little pokey tool. So I have two pokey tools, and they are both really, really old. This pokey tool with the little purple stopper is from a Joann Fabrics kind of like mini craft kit. And then I also have my Making Memories pokey tool that came in a metal Making Memories box. So whichever one I grab first is the one that I get, and this time I got to use the Joann's pokey tool. I am adding in some enamel dots just to try to bring the red to the forefront again, because I have a lot of blue on this layout, and that's okay. When I think travel, like blue is a color that I would think goes great with travel. So I am ultimately figuring out what the heck I'm finally going to do with that gold washi tape that's just been chilling out on my mat up above. And I'm like, oh, do I need to put this here or somewhere else? Like, where does this need to go? Ultimately, it does layer up on top of the gold washi, and the oh shoot, guys, my mind is like right now. The Rome, and then I'm like, ooh, do I need to add some diagonal paper? And I know I've said this before, but sometimes when I'm watching myself scrapbook, I just like toss things around on my table. Like there's no rhyme or reason. There's no care for it. I'm just like, yep, nope, not working for me, and toss it goes. So, that's just life. I went ahead and doubled up the gold on the top here as well, just like the thing I did on the bottom. Ultimately, I figured if I was doing it on the bottom, I should probably do it on the top. I definitely want the gold to be like a, whoa, here's some gold on this layout. I didn't want anyone to sit there and be like, oh no, like, did you mean to have gold on this layout? I want you to be like, heck yeah, Sandy's all about the gold on this layout. So I am adding the little foam squares on top of the back of the word Rome, so I can pop that up a little bit just so it gives an interesting look, and there's a little bit of texture on the page. I do have texture on this page, and things are popped up and things are not popped up, so I just wanted to continue that over here on the top corner. And then it's just a matter of finishing this up. So I do decide to put this date little die cut that I cut in half up here, and that just goes over top of the gold ever so slightly. And then we're going to put in the Rome, and then I also have a brad that is going to go up here as well. And it's just a matter of getting the brad tines together so I can push it through the hole. And then don't you guys worry your sweet little heads off. I do back the back of the brads with the washi tape because that's what has to happen. So I'm looking at this, I'm trying to figure out like if everything is where I want it to be up here in the corner. And ultimately it is. I'm liking the way it looks, but I decide I need it to bring in this yellow as well. So I go ahead and place that down up here, and it's not really layered with anything, but I think it clusters together nicely. And we just need to straighten it up a little bit. And there we go. And then straighten it some more. Because, the first time I had it straight wasn't good enough, but the third time definitely. So then I saw this little bit right here. I decided to add that guy in as well because, like I said, I'm just adding layer upon layer and really liking the way it looks. And then I'm going to bring in some more enamel dots, but those were a little pink, so I stopped on those and went back to get more of the actual red color enamel dots. And I'm liking the way that this looks. I'm just figuring out where I want them to be, and I get them down on the page. Now I do add a little bit of journaling here on the layout, not a terribly large amount of it. I just put the year for 2018. Now I have to look and see which month this was actually in, and then I just have my journaling on the little map tags. And then of course I cannot have the tag with a naked tag hole. So I pull off some black and white twine, create a little bow, and then use some adhesive to just hold that bow in place. So go ahead and drop that down there. And I'm thinking I'm liking what I've got laying down here. Like this is a good layout. It's going to go great in the album. Now I do add just a little bit more journaling here on the banner. I felt like I just needed something else. So we get that down, and that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to come back to my channel. I am putting out a video every day, and I have been since February 1st, so I'm just going to go with it and see how long I can keep this up. And I will see you guys again really soon for another video.